Hello, Sagittarius. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Muse Tarot by Chris Ann. I did find some websites here. There's Chris Ann there. There's a couple websites she has for this deck, and her websites there. It's a Hay House product, so I don't know if you want to search that out, it's also a Hay House product. This deck is also a Hay House product. It's Magical Spell Cards by Lucy Cavendish. It's an older deck I have. That's how you spell Lucy's name. It's illustrated by Jesse Reish. So if you want that information, I would go to Hay House if you're interested. What's going on? Just looking for my cat. Just to make sure he doesn't jump into frame. He's sleeping at the moment. See how long that lasts. Ooh. What? You did have a card fall out. It's still face down, but we'll get to it in a minute. When you're coming in, is it when you're coming in? I'm nervous about it, is what I'm first getting. You got justice on your mind. It's justice for somebody else. I feel like you're concerned, very concerned for somebody else. Very concerned about somebody else. Is it going to be okay? Are they going to make it? It kind of feels like technically they'll survive it, but are they emotionally going to be okay? Is this going to set them back emotionally? I feel like I'm worried about somebody's emotional well-being. Kind of like, I don't know, I feel like I have to hold back for a minute. Somebody else is going through a very quick change. When I get the Death card, it does talk about change. It doesn't have to be bad, but it's usually, like, death is... Sometimes it's abrupt. Sometimes you see it coming and it drags out until finally it happens. Other times it's like quick. And I feel like this is something that's kind of like bam. It might not be completely shocking that it's happening, but when the situation hits, I feel like you're more concerned for somebody else. And you're looking in on somebody else going through this big change. I also see you very attentive. I don't want to make things worse for this person, but I do want to help them. So if there's something they need, something I can assist with, something I could do for them, it almost reminds me of, like, maybe I'll check up on them and make sure they're eating well. Maybe I'll bring them something to eat. Maybe if, for example, they have an animal, maybe I'll offer to come take the animal out for a walk or something, or if they need if they need something in their house taken care of, something. I might even show up, for example, say this is somebody who has a lot of plants and they're going through a rough time. You might show up and be like, I'll just show up and check on the plants to make sure that the plants are going to be okay, so that way when this passes, they don't have to deal with a bunch of damaged plants or dead plants, because I'm sure that would make things worse for them. It may be little things, but it's kind of like, if they're going through a tough time, ironically, keeping their home, looking out for their plants when you can, even though they're there, but they're distracted. When everything settles down, if the plants and stuff like that are still, as good as they were before the situation happened, it might just be easier for them to move forward. Instead of having a constant reminder, I lost track of things, things got really confusing, and now I have a bunch of dead plants around me, or the house got really out of order, or I forgot to pay some bills. Maybe you're going to keep up and make sure they're paying their bills, and just help them get things done. Maybe you'll help them get groceries, something like that. I don't know. I feel like you're just kind of there's little things that can easily be missed, and if these little things are missed, it can really add up and make a bad situation much, much worse. And you're just trying to I'm going to make sure that the little things get taken care of. I'm just going to come in and out, help here and there, just try to make sure the little things are taken care of. So that's one less thing they have to worry about. They can deal with the big situation, and I'll see what I can do to keep the little things from becoming a problem. Because I'm getting the Page of Pentacles with them. And, like, the Page of Pentacles and the Two of Pentacles came in a little bit like when I put them on the table, they immediately went, which is telling me they're trying to balance everything, but it feels like an emotional burden to deal with everything. I'm also getting, like, this is a hard time for them with the Devil card. It's going to depend on what's going on with them. I'm confident it's a hard time. Like, they're having a hard time with it. But the question is, like, if somebody's giving them, is somebody giving them a hard time? Is the situation just difficult, period? Do they not know what they're doing and they need some assistance? Which you may be able to assist them. I don't know. For a lot of you, I feel like if you can't help them, you might help them find somebody that can give them better direction, or you might assist them in kind of like, well, this is who I've used for this type of stuff, or this is, I know so-and-so deals with that more than I do. Maybe they have an idea about who we could get. You might help them find the right help. The Devil card is really like, this is why you're so worried, because it's like, it's getting heavy. It may not last very long, though. It may not last that long. It feels like it's this crescendo, and it's just really hard for a second. And then the Awakening comes in, which I think is Judgment in this deck. I could be wrong. And then Divine Guidance. It gets really, really tense. And it's like, it gets really, 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 and we just kind of, it's like it's done. I'm not, like, overly worried about it. I feel like when all is said and done and things settle down, I feel like this person might tell you, like, yeah, I know it looked pretty bad from the outside, but here's what actually was going on. And I feel like they're going to give you details later after things have settled. And I think you're cool with that. They may not tell you what they're doing, I'm also getting. You may offer help, you may give them ideas, you may even suggest this and suggest that. I don't feel like you're getting, your hands in it. Like, like if you're kneading bread, you're not the one kneading the bread. Somebody else is doing that. You might be like, well, I would do this, or you might want a little bit more flour, you might want a little bit more of this, something like that. Or, you might want to let it rise for a couple hours and just leave it over to the side. You might say that stuff, but you're not going to physically, like, put the bread somewhere to rise, or, put things in it. You're not going to put flour in there. You're not going to put water or whatever. You're not going to do physically. You might give ideas, and I feel like they're not telling you what they're doing. I don't think you're upset about it. Kind of like, no, they're so busy, that's fine. I gave some suggestions and I left them alone because they're very busy. You seem to be very cool with it, but it moves forward fairly quick all of a sudden. It's like, all of a sudden, it's like, it's really high, and it's gone. I do get Judgment in their favor, though. I'm pretty sure Awakening is Judgment in their favor. It feels to me like it is. I just feel like there might be a block with what's going on. Not with a block in the situation like nothing's happening. There may be a communication block where they're not talking about it. One of the reasons they may not be talking about it, though, is due to the stress level. Because, like, when they come around you while it's actually happening, they might want to break from it. That might be how you're helping too. When this stress gets really, like, gets right up there, they may be around you but not talking about it, not for any negative reason, but because you kind of help them relax, and they just need to have a good moment. So maybe they're enjoying a meal with you, or watching some show with you, or just hanging out with you for a minute, and they're not talking about that situation even though it's going on. Because by not talking about it and just enjoying your company, they feel like the energy is just kind of like, they're getting a moment, like a little, like, timeout. Like, this is their 15-minute break. You know what I mean? I think you get that, though. I think you're fine. But later, they'll tell you, because it seems like you're very helpful. you're picking up the little pieces. You're making sure nothing else has to be a bigger problem than it already is. If they don't bring it up, I feel like you're not going to bring it up either. But I think later they'll tell you the missing pieces. Your energy very much calms their energy. I don't know if that's normal for you, but like, they feel good around you. This person does feel good around you. Like, they're dealing with this devil card, but when they're around you, they feel better. I just feel like you're a very, like, they feel better. I just keep getting they feel better. When it's all said and done, you're going to be happy for them. Things solidify. You're going to be like, oh, I'm glad that, yeah, that did work out. Oh, that's what really happened? I was really nervous for you for a minute. I thought that was getting really rough. I didn't realize that's how you were handling that. Oh, good for you. I'm glad that went better. I would have said something, but I didn't think it was appropriate, so I just kind of let you do what you had to do. And I feel like they're going to be like, yeah, I needed to. That worked out perfect. I think you handled it great. When I was around you, I just wanted to break from it, so that worked great. You made me feel better just by letting me escape it for a minute, because I wasn't going to escape it for long, and I knew that. But the fact that you just let me get away from it, and I didn't have to talk about it or deal with it, it made me feel a lot better. And thank you for that, because I feel like it's very good. They're going to talk to you after. I feel like you're helping this person stabilize by not making them talk about it. They'll tell you at some point what went on. Yeah, you're very. They seem to think you're a very stabilizing energy for them. You got the Hanged Muse and you got the Knight of Pentacles. I feel like that's your energy, kind of like, I want to do more, but I don't want to make them talk about it. So if I can, I will. Like, you're very helpful. Like, I feel like they're very comfortable with your energy. You're very helpful. Very, very, very helpful. I think in the long run, you're going to be happy how this turned out for them, and you're going to be happy with your role in it. I feel like what they're saying is just don't stress yourself, like getting overly worried for this person. I feel like you're there when you need to be. Like, you're doing everything you can, and you're doing it the way you should. There's a lot of healing comes in because of you. It's very good for them. The only thing I'm worried about on your side is you have this need to do more. You're doing good. I feel like you don't have to bend over backwards. The person you're connected with here doesn't really want you to put yourself out. They're very thankful for all the help you do. So if you're kind of like showing up, doing all the little things, watering the plants, making sure if they need groceries, they're very thankful for that. But you don't like that. They're very thankful for it. They're not expecting it from you, but they're thankful that you did. If you do it, great. If you don't, they're still cool with you either way. You don't have to, but they do appreciate anything you can do. But you don't have to like break your back about it. That's all I'm getting from it. So be nice to yourself about it. Like, this person really is very thankful for you. That's all I'm saying. Anything else? All right, I'm gonna let it go. Thank you for watching. I hope that helps. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below with the same email. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.